Okay.
Spider-Man.
Oh, I knew we were going to get to this. Land of the reboots.
And that, again, goes to one that starts out really strong.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. When those movies first came out, you liked them.
Yeah.
You liked them. I liked them. You know, I liked the first two a lot.
I'm glad you liked them.
And then the third one came out.
Well, I'm glad you're glad I like them.
At least we're in agreement.
And then the third one came out. And
then we all just denied knowing that we went to the movies.
And then they're like, okay, let's try this again. And I have to say that one critic said, he didn't understand why we had to reboot. Like, the first three didn't tell the story already. Why are we changing up how it goes? And, most critics or fans don't understand that Marvel and DC have multiple universes within their, their publishing. And I tried to explain to other people that this is not the same Peter Parker. This is a Peter Parker from another world. But that doesn't really come over.
No. So
when they did the first one, they did a great job at telling a new story. And then the second one came out. We all trying to forget that we went to the theaters.
Exactly.
Well, I have still yet to see the first new Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. I've not seen it yet.
It's actually really good.
It is. Yeah, I have to admit.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Really, and I'll be honest. A lot of people complained about The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I had my doubts and problems with it, but I overall didn't think it was that bad of a movie. I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. I will bootleg a copy of it.
Oh, man.
Which brings us to another land of the reboots, Fantastic Four.
Oh, gosh. Why? The one that they did was so much, on top of what was happening. Even though they chose some interesting actors to really portray those characters in the first two movies. Yes, you chose some villains that were quite over the top. Okay, I didn't think we needed to see Galactus so early in the series.
My main problem was what they did to Galactus. I'm sorry. I was okay with the two movies. The first one was really good.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes.
The second one?
It was okay.
Yeah. I watched it. I own it.
But do we need a reboot of it?
Well, obviously we do because they're giving it to us. And did you know that Marvel disagrees with it highly?
Yeah.
Because in one of their latest comics, the Fantastic Four, or was it the Avengers, they actually blow up a building that has characters based on the actors playing the characters in the new movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've made their commentary.
The Punisher, you see these four actors talking, and they're waiting on a fourth actor to come in, and they're talking about the director. And all the names are really close, but just a little bit different. So you know who they're talking about. They're just not talking about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the Punisher blows up the building and kills them all.
Gotcha.
Because Marvel disagrees with what they're doing.
Well, what they're doing is they're milking a cash cow. That's what they're doing.
They think. I don't think it's going to be quite as successful as what they want.
Oh. Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean,
if you look at it, in my opinion, have not or will not plan to cross over Fantastic Four with the Avengers.
No.
Okay.
God, no.
So what is the point of not letting Chris Evans play Johnny Storm versus him playing Captain America? They're not going to. Never the twain shall meet. What is the problem? Letting what is be what it was.
That all comes from contract issues. He's now contracted with Marvel Studios, and not Fox.
Exactly.
Okay. Funny that you should mention that because we actually have a Deadpool in the works, which I'm very excited about. Because with Ryan Reynolds, which I'm very excited about. The folks behind the DC movies tried to railroad that effort and trying to get him locked into doing another Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, he said from the beginning he likes the character, he enjoys the character, and he wanted to play it. He's been a strong push behind the Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
I know you're not a Deadpool fan.
I can see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. He's that kind of person.
Yeah, he makes.
He's that actor.
Yeah,
that's him.
He does. He is Wade Wilson.
Ironically,
he, however, is not Hal Jordan.
No.
I ironically have become a fan of Deadpool. Ironically, because of Ryan Reynolds. I'm a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. I especially when he ad-libs like his character from the Blade series. Oh my God, that was awesome! I love that. And for the first part of that Abominable Wolverine movie, he was awesome. That snippet right there turned me into a Deadpool fan.
Yeah.
I agree. And that is my favorite thing about the Blade Trinity movie is Ryan Reynolds. That is the only thing I recognize as being a part of, our existence is that short span where you see Ryan Reynolds playing Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Everything else in that Wolverine movie, blah, blah, blah,
it's gone.
So him playing Wade Wilson, yes.
Yeah.
Him playing Deadpool later in the movie? No. Didn't happen. No, he does not shoot lasers out of his eyes, does not teleport, and he does not have Baraka claws.
No.
And he certainly does talk.
He does. Oh God, does he? But I'm a huge Deadpool fan, so I'm excited about this. Yes, I did say sex-sided.
Yeah. I heard that.
Cool. Okay, well, let's bring it down to animation now. You've had some successful films now by DC. Okay, you've had some really successful with the Avengers movies and all of the. How many films were involved with the build-up? And we saw Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson make cameos in just to get to the Avengers.
He made his first cameo in Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like bam, 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 and everybody,
every single movie that
everything they had to have Samuel L. somewhere in some version.
Which was the smartest of smart.
Because then they turned around and were able to connect it to the television with Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was connected. So finally, they're using their brains. It's.
Well, I don't think it's finally. I think it's, Marvel was in such dire straits that they sold off so many of their titles licensed so they could make money and didn't think that they could do anything on their own. And then when they started doing it on their own, they had some people that knew that they could be successful at it.
Well, they're obviously successful because Disney bought them.
They're doing, when you said they're finally thinking, they're just doing what comic artists and writers do. They have that character that goes through all these titles,
yes.
So to me, that's
continuing thread.
Standard comic book move.
It's not just Stan Lee making a cameo.
It worked so well. I like the Stan Lee cameo.
He lied. That man lied. He's worse than Doctor Who. Because he said at point blank, I'm not in the Guardians of the Galaxy. What does he do? He shows up as the outer space Hugh Hefner with the chicks in the spaceport. In that red velvet outfit. That's Stan Lee.
You should have known.
He lies. He's an evil man.
Shit.
He's going to be in a cameo in all of those movies.
Even posthumously.
And I say more.
They're going to prop him up dead. Like, it's in my contract. I get to be in this movie. My estate will benefit from it.
But I say more power to him.
Oh, yeah, right. Especially if you can have all these hot women hanging off of them.
Yeah, more power to him.
Excelsior.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just say Marvel's having a really good run of excellent live action films right now. DC's trying to work in that direction. But what about animation? Animated films? Where do we lie on that?
Do you know anything about animation films?
The only animated stuff that I saw as it relates to comic books was the old X-Men series. That's all I ever... Yeah. That's all.
Which was amazingly close to Perry Mason, if I'm not mistaken, in the beat there.
Yeah, that's all I actually ever really watched. I didn't watch much of the Dark of Batman.